Back with Jasper football coach Tony Ahrens. And coach, you started the sectional last Friday night down at Harrison. Overall, pretty good game, I guess.
Well, going into that week, we really threw down a challenge to our kids to understand that just because the record is what it is, you can't overlook a game like that. And the speed that they had on the field was a big concern of ours. And one ingredient that was really nice to see in that game was just the upbeat approach about how our kids played. I mean, they were active. Our defense was active, and they were into the game, and they were flying around, and it showed by the success they were having in the evening.
And you talked about it after the game, that the defense was very aggressive. You moved some guys around and got after them. Was that the key?
Well, we knew that if we kind of stood back there and let them do what they want and get those kids started, we're not catching them. So we went into the game. We're going to be aggressive, and we're going to go after them, and the kids bought into it, and they made some nice plays in this game.
Offensively, you got it rolling as well, too.
Well, we got out. We had a couple of good first plays, and then we had a pick thrown for a number of reasons. But after that, our kids got on a roll, and our offensive line really had a strong game. I tell you what, we had some seams in there where anybody could have probably ran through, but getting Ben Moore back too helped because he's such a good runner in space.
You guys scored a couple of times on special teams, a couple of field goals.
Well, in games like this, all week long, last week we talked about how important special teams are in the game. A lot of times those things are overlooked. And, right now we had a couple of key things that occurred. And again, this week we're going to impress upon the fact that is another way that you can score points or create a big play to occur is with special teams.
You talked about the speed of the game. I'm sure a team like that will help you a little bit going into this game with Central.
Well, it does alert you to the fact that everybody's got an assignment on defense, and you're going to have to, in other words, if we got a guy pinching, somebody's got to be containing. I mean, you just got to do what you're supposed to do. And same thing on offense, though. You can't just throw the ball down the middle of the field and think that it's not going to get picked when you got good, fast DBs back there.
Take a look at Central. They put up a lot of points. What's their offense look like?
Well, that's where it starts. That's pretty much, I think, where their focus is. And it's going to start with their running back, that Sullivan. He's a good, fast, quick kid, and he's going to try to get the edge, and he's going to try to run and bounce it. But he's the number one guy we're going to have to keep an eye on. Then moving into their quarterback, the number 10 kid, he's a guy. Those two guys are their offense, and we got to do a good job of. We're not going to totally stop them. We just got to slow them down and get our offense on the field.
What do you expect them to do when they're on defense against your offense?
Well, you know what? They have given up some points throughout the course of the year, but two, now they're playing those two good kids in the secondary and defense too. But what we got to do is just do what we do. I mean, we're a good enough team that if we get out there and we play, we're going to be able to do what we do. We're playing a totally different team now. It's not a conference game. It's a game that you can utilize some of the things that might be routine for you and have a lot of success with it.
You guys have had some good games with Central too down through the years.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think they're probably still tore up about that rain game they had down there. Probably changed the complexion of all those fields down there, but it's going to be a good game. There's some good athletes on the field. We got to keep an eye on them and just play a good, tough, physical game.
All right, Tony, thanks a lot for your time and good luck against Central.
Yep, thank you, Kurt.
That's Jasper head football coach Tony Ahrens. We'll be back with more after this.